Hi everyone, Max Payment here from Ross Virtual Solution. In our last video, we created a new Voyager Trackless project with one camera, one composite plane, and with setting up our Voyager operator. In this video, we're going to be talking about adding a secondary camera and adding a secondary composite plane. So to start, we're going to be going on our Voyager tab here. We're going to drag and drop our Voyager camera actor. Let's raise it a bit. Before we start that, we're going to rename our camera to camera 2, just to be consistent. Let's add it to our folder. Okay, so let's see what this camera 2 is looking at. So we're going to view the camera 2. And you can see here, like if I do move around the set, the composite plane is actually 2D. So the tele is never facing the camera at all times. So to do that, and you won't see the difference in the editor, you will only see when in Pi mode. So to do that, we have to make sure we're on the composite plane, and you'll see a component called always face camera. If you don't see it, you can always add the component and type always face camera, and then you can add it this way. And this will make sure that the plane is always facing the camera in Pi mode. We don't want it to be tracked, obviously. And then we're going to assign the plane to camera 1. And then you'll see eventually when we add a secondary composite plane, we can assign it to a camera and make it invisible to others. So it might be a scenario where you have camera 1, like if the real physical camera signal coming in is a wide shot locked off, camera 2 would be a close up, and you might want to have 2 separate camera planes set up in your scene, or composite plane set up in your scene. And might not want camera 1 to see the composite plane number 2, depending on your shot. So it could be a scenario similar to that. All right, so we have a camera 2. That's going to be your medium shot. I'll frame this a bit better, just like that. And then camera 1 is our wide angle, just like that. Okay, so let's see what this looks like in Voyager Trackless Studio. So we're going to play it out. Let's go to our Trackless Studio. So you can see here that it automatically added camera 2. We didn't have to do anything on our part in terms of recognizing camera 2. So if we cut to camera 2, see we're cutting to a medium shot, camera 1, back to wide angle. So that's how we add a second camera. Now let's jump into composite plane. So if we go into our chroma key here, we can see that we only have one composite plane. And if we want to add a second one, we're going to close the Pi mode. Okay, so let's go back to perspective mode here. Okay, there you go. So now we want to add a secondary composite plane. So to do the same Voyager tab, we're going to be dragging in our Voyager Trackless composite blueprint right beside. It'll automatically grab the default media bundle, which would be this one here. So if you want to have a separate one, let's say it would be camera 2, we can duplicate it, rename it to, let's say, camera 2, and then you can reassign the input on your, let's say, Matrox card or Agile card. Again, we're working with a file, so we're going to keep it the same, or it could be another file as well. So just to make sure we know which one's which, let's make a simple, put a simple sphere behind the first one, so we know this is the first one. And then we'll put a cone behind the second one. It's just to differentiate. So now we're going to have to assign camera 1 to composite 1, which I think is already done here. And then we don't want the others to be visible. So we're going to exclude the other ones. And you can see the option here, exclude from other views. Same thing with composite 2. We are going to, first of all, we should rename it. So let's composite 2, drag it to the folder as well. And then same thing here, we're going to want to assign camera 2 to this composite plane. And then we want it to be excluded from the other views as well. So we're going to save this. And then now, theoretically, if we play it out on our camera 1, If we back away for a bit here and pan, we can see that our second composite is not visible. And then if we do the same to camera 2, let's move back a bit too. Our comp 2 is visible, but not the comp 1. So there you have it. This is how you add 2 cameras, 2 comps. It's the same logic for a third camera. So in your Voyager Trackless Studio, the max we can do is 3 cameras, and you can always alternate one of the cameras for a live feed as well. Thanks for watching.